So you can see here in the HANA Studio, the left side, you have the backup. So DB backup, this is the backup catalog. In this folder, we can see the backup related information and everything we can find out. What are the backups are executed, how it was executed and what time duration. So something like backup related information will be displayed in this screen, right? So the next one, catalog is the very important tab. So normally we know in the HANA database, what is HANA database? Database means data will be stored in the form of tables. Then where the tables are exist, tables are exist in the catalog folder. So if you just expand the catalog, you will see the list of schemas. In the catalog, you see the list of schemas are available here. Inside of the schema, you have the tables. Inside of the schema, you have the tables here. Suppose example, if you see, here, so normally where the tables are exist means schema. So first of our catalog, under the catalog, you have the schema. Schema means owner of the table. Schema means owner of tables here. So the group of tables will be located under the schema. Under the schema, again we have the tables here. Here we have the actual tables are available here, which means so catalog, under the catalog we have the schema, under the schema we have the tables, right? Tables are available here. You can see the schema. Under the schema we have the so we have the tables here, right? So if you go to the schema, so see here we have the tables are available. So you can see here, what is schema? Schema means collection, owner of the table, simple owner of the tables. So suppose like if you are in the organization, we have the n number of employees are there, but the employees are equal, so the bulk of the collection of multiple employees equals to be one team, right? So in the teams, we have the basis team, security team, above team. So each team means collection of basis members are called the basis team, right? Then they have the manager, basis team, basis manager. Then the manager will manage the all the employees, same as like the schema is like a manager. So this guy will manage the all the tables. This guy will manage the all the tables here, which means if we want to touch the employees, then you need to, if you want to touch the employees, so then you need to take the permission from the tables, same as like here also. So we have the list of tables are available here. List of tables are available here. You can see the list of tables here. So each table you have the data. Suppose like these all are the column store tables. That's why you can see the symbol also different here. So right click and click on the open the data preview. Then you see the data inside of the tables. Data inside of the tables here. You can see the data, and inside of these are the fields: schema, name, old, something, owner ID, something like that. They are the fields. This is the data. Data inserted inside of the table. But so there is the records, the 556 records retrieved in the 100 milliseconds. Just click on the execute button, then immediately 63 milliseconds you got the response from the table, which means see how fast you grab the table records in on fly. You got the table records here, right? You got the table records on fly here. And also what we can do here, we can also do the analysis, graphical analysis. We can do that work. The table entries, maybe sales table, how much the sales is happened, how much the sales are happened. So that entry we can create as a charts wise. We can create it here, the runtime charts, so that we can get the what is the pricing for each table, what is the list, what is the all the information. We can track it as a charts here. In the chart wise, we can make it as chart wise, line charts, bar charts. So you can track the all the information like this. You can track the all the information. We can track it in the charts wise also. We can track it, right? So this is the radar wise. So whatever the, so in the radar charts, multiple radars and box wise. So you can So cloud wise, then you can bubble charts, whether which charts you are interested, you can make the screen in the charts wise, so that the real-time table, the real-time table you are making in the charts, you are doing the analysis, graphical analysis you are doing here. See how fast you got the data analysis here, right? So how fast you got the data, live data analysis, right? So which means the data will be inserted into the table, then so that table records, that table, the sales table. Suppose example, this is a sales table. So I want to know the, like, which month the sales are very high, which months are low. I want to know the some charts here, so that on fly I can make the business decision. Starting of the class, we discussed about the HANA is a one of the fastest in-memory database, column-oriented columnar database. On fly, we can make the business decisions. On fly, we can make the business decisions. On fly means what? This is the on fly. On fly means this is the on fly. You can make the business decisions. That is the one thing here. So this is table level, right? Grid level. So HTML level. So you can prepare the charts here. That charts you can download. Then the charts you can download. You can save as a image, or you can just save as a some other formats. You can save it PDF, that formats you can save it here, right? So this way, any table we can take, the any table, which table having the some information data, that table you can do the analysis here. So this table, that thing is there. So this table, so data preview, right click and data preview, you see the some records in this table, you see the some records in this table here, right? So these are the number of tables. Each schema, there the n number of tables are available here, right? N number of tables are available here, each schema. Suppose I want to create the, there is a requirement to create the table. Then in this case, what I will do, I want to create the table itself. Then we can also create it, normally create the new table. Then here the table name is the jet training table, jet training hyphen hana, hana training table. I want to create it here. I want to know the, so I want to know the, I want to know, like, what is the, so I want to track all the training employees details in one table. And so name and number, so employee name, sorry. So the person name, the person phone number, the person email ID, then user ID. I want to know the user ID also, user ID, then attendance. So whether absent or attendance. So I can make the some fields like this, so that I will create a application, or I will directly insert the records in this field. The data will be inserted here. Like this, I can create the, I can create the columns here. Like this, I can create the columns in this way. I can create it here. I can create the columns here. This is the way I can create the one table here, right? So jet training table I created. Then under the system, I created the one table here, jet training. Then if you open the data preview, then these are the fields here. In these fields, I can start loading the data. Suppose like your details and everything, your whatever the Excel details you have, all the details I can load into the, in this screen. In this screen, I can load it, so that, so that I will work with my developer team. I will create a one application in the front end in that application. So I will maintain all the details, and I can also retrieve the details, who is the employee, user ID, status, all the information. All the details are the data safely it is storing into the recording, storing into the database level. Same as like our credit cards data, bank accounts data, everything is required the one database. In the database level, some tables are required. In that table, the data is getting stored. The data is getting stored here, so we can retrieve it here. So like this, we can create the table. then you can just develop the one application. For that application, you can just give the some this table related source details and everything. It will insert the records into the in this table. It will insert the records into the in this table here. Like that, I can so create it here. That's what I can check in the system level, right? So like that I can create. So and also we can also delete it as also. We can also export the table. We can also import the table also. So not only just inserting the records and the data, we can also export and imports. Also, you can load into the memory. You can load into the memory. Means the data is there into the data is there into the your data folder level, operating system level. Then this action completely loading the data into the main memory level. Suppose there is a one table, there is a one table in this is the memory, this is a file system level. There is a one sales table that is there in the your disk storage level. Suppose like BKPF table, one of the sales finance table. This table stores the data, finance related information. This is there in the your disk storage level. I want to move this low table to the so move the this table to the main memory level, right? This is the main memory. This is the so this is the memory. This is the storage. This is the storage level here. So I want to load the data here. BKPF2 here. I want to load the data here. I want to load the data here. So then what I can do? Why? Because I don't want to keep this data into the main memory. Why? Because if I keep this table entry, what will happen? So that's fine. Why? Because to get the speed response and immediate faster results, the table should be in the main memory. Then only your system performance will be good. If the data in the your storage level, either data drive or some other file system level, then same as like other databases also, right? Then what is the difference between the HANA and other databases? Other databases will store the data into the storage level. HANA also is storing the data into the other data, same as like here. Then what is the main difference here? That is the problem purpose. So here we have the BKPF table storage. In the storage level, you are storing the data here. You are storage level, you are storing the data. Suppose if this required to be loaded from disk storage to main storage level, then in this case you can use the this option. So suppose like you can load the data, just you can, do you want to load the table into the main memory? Yes, then the table will be loaded into the main memory. Sir, I don't want to this table should be loaded into the main memory. I want to unload the table from main memory. I don't want this table should be in the main memory. Why? Because if it is there in the main memory, the memory will be occupied. So I have the less memory. Then I want this table should be unloaded. Then you can just do the unload option. This table will be unloaded from main memory to here. Here the main memory gets free. Main memory will get free here. The main memory will get some free here. That's what here it will happen in the screen here. That's what here it will happen. Okay. That is the one thing here. Okay. So this one we can do it everything whatever you want, you can do it, load, unload and everything. And also we can also perform the delta merge. Sometimes you may get the due to the some issues the changes will not be reflected. User done the transaction, user credited some amount to his bank account, but still it is not reflecting. Still, it's not reflecting. He committed the transaction. Still, it is not reflecting. User, he has the 5,000 is balance. Then he credited the one more transaction 5,000. Total 10,000 should show in the total account balance, but it is not showing because of maybe sometimes it may take time because of the delta merge, the committed entries from the table, it should go to the delta storage to main storage. That is called the delta merge. What is mean by delta merge? Merging the entries from the delta storage to main storage, right? Sometimes, so it's not reflecting due to some other operations, so it's not reflecting. Then we can also manually perform the delta merge operation. Normally, these activities are automatic. System will take care of that part. Always you want to do the transaction, Users always will go with the sometimes and everything here sometimes. So that is the sometimes so a lot of users will do the transaction every time. We need to perform the like a lot of delta merge operations, mean that is the manual. So, but it's not always recommended to manually perform the action. System will take care of the delta merge operations. So all those things, right? That is the one of the important thing here, right? Delta merge operations here, system, right? System. These are the schemas. Under the schemas, so then we have the tables are available here. Under the schemas, we have the tables are available here, right? That is the one thing. And content content means what? This is purely developer, HANA developer. So HANA also we have the developers activities are there. Normally the role we will call it as the HANA modulars, HANA developers. HANA developers will use the this part, HANA content. What they will do, they will create the some packages. They will create the some packages here, some training packages. Suppose like they want to create the some training packages. So development work. So make sure this is the developers will do the this development work. So they will create the packages, privileges, some other things they will create it here. Under this they will create under the package, they will create the procedures, calculated view, attributes views, calculation views. So attribute view, then so they will create it. It's not our duty to create it here. So they will copy from the standard. They will open the editor, then they will do the some table insert something, they will adjust it here, the training table. These are the fields are there. Oh, you don't need to worry about this one. This is a purely development work. Okay, just I want to show what they will do. So this they will merge the two tables. So then so they will mm, they will maintain the comment not required actually. Data preview. Then they will use the save and activate. The activation is in progress. Developers will perform this one. Then it will generate the this one. Right click and open the data preview. So maybe right click and activate, validate and activate actually. So the validation is activation is failed due to completed with errors. There is some dependencies are missing. We don't know what is that exactly. Just light, take light. Okay. So like that, they will do the some customization. They will perform it. It's a purely developers. So just you can ignore that part. Okay. So then coming to this is our, this is also we won't do anything here. Data obviously it will store in the database level. If any problems, that time we will act it accordingly. Okay, that is the main problem here. So then next one is the provisioning tab. Provisioning means what? Pulling the data from the other data sources. Pulling the data from the other data sources here. Sir, I have sir, I have only one data HANA database is here in my organization. I don't have the license to purchase them more. I have only one HANA database here, right? So, but I have other databases also is there. SQL Server, Oracle, DB2, MaxDB, Sybase. So you have the other databases also is there here. Sir, HANA also there. Suppose, sir, I don't have, so yeah, giving the access to the all the databases to the developers, it's tricky to combining the what the developer will do. Developer will merge the all the databases data. Developer will merge the all the databases data. Then they will develop some scenarios, some sales, some other reports. They will develop it in the database level here, right? That's what they will perform it here. So in that case, what we have to do, right, developers will do, so they will ask basis team to so merge the two databases, means So you can create a remote connection to this database. Then you can pull this table data into this HANA system. Just developer will log into the here. Then you can pull the data from the other remote sources. Other remote sources you can pull the data. This is called the this is called the provisioning. Means smart data access. So which means the user can smartly pull the data from the other databases, other sources. He can smartly pull the data. The users, they can smartly pull the data from the other sources. Just 1 minute, let me put the charge. Okay, so what they will do, they will pull the data from the other sources here. So that for that case, what we have to do, we need to create a connection, remote connection from this database to this database, and define the table name, which table data you want to pull it here. Then you can pull it. Means without copying the data from the source database, you can access this table records. You can access it here. This table records you can access to the here. In that case, we need to create the remote sources. In the provisioning tab, we need to create the remote sources. We have to create it here. Remote sources, which we have to create it here. Right? Smart data access. Smartly, you can access the data from the other databases. Right? So because if you want to implement HANA in all the databases, then there is a risky. Means there is a cost also. I don't have that much of budget. Then I can go with this one. What I will do, I can create one new remote data source. Then in this case, you need to fill the data source name like which database data you want to pull it. Either Sybase, Teradata, IQ, HANA, Hadoop, Oracle. So DB2, there are a lot of BigQuery. So there are a lot of connections we can create it. But we don't have Sybase, we don't have other databases, just we have the database in the other databases. We have the data in the other, we have the one more HANA system is there. Let's try to pull the data from the other HANA system. There is a MCD system, S4 HANA, to this HDB database, we will pull the data. So what is that database details here? So right, so we have the database location, the IP. Let's pull the IP here. Sometimes host name will create the problem. So 110. Okay, 110 is the IP. So what I'm trying to do, there is a S4 HANA system, S4 HANA database. So I'm trying to pull the data from that system here, right? Just provide that server details here. What is the port number? You can mention like maintain the port number here. So what is that? Okay, let's like what is the schema? So port 3 instance number 40 port number. So port number 3 instance number 40 user ID. Let's make it as a system. Then password. Then pull the details. Click on the save. Maybe if the port is correct, it will create the access. If the port is not correct, then yeah, port is not correct. That's why the connection is refused. Let's see. Authentication failed. At least port is okay. Then authentication issue. Then we can maintain the correct port, correct ID. What is that ID? Let me check in SAP. This is other databases. Other databases data. Other database. Next, I want to check the schema. SAP HANA DB. Authentication failed. What is the password? I don't know the password. Means that remote system details I am pulling here. See, now connection to the remote system is updated, established. So there is a one database here, but ours is a standalone database. There is a one big S4 database. I am trying to manually connect to that database using here. So I have established the connection here. See, MCD to SDB, the remote connection I established. What I will do, that remote system data, see, remote system data, I'm trying to pull it, the remote system data, I am trying to pull the data here, right? So see, whatever the data, these all are the schemas, the remote system schemas, right? These all are the that remote system schemas here, right? So this one I want to pull. I want to pull some of the table records. If you go to the schema, which table schema you want to pull that records, maybe what I can do, which table will pull it out. Let's see. There are a lot of hundred thousands of tables are there. Hmm. Let's take any one of the add as a virtual table. We can create that table as a virtual table under the schema. We can create table as a virtual table here. So that so directly if you open the table, we can pull the data. We can pull the data from the table here. That's possible here, right? So that kind of things we can add as a virtual table. So that here you see you created the table as a virtual table here, right? You created the table as a virtual table under the system, right? Then see normal table or system internal table is like this, virtual table is like this here, the symbol, which means so the remote system table data you created as a virtual table without copying the data. So then you created as a virtual table, then directly we can access the same as like internal table data. Directly you can access the table data from here. Also you can access it here. So like this, you can some other tables. Let's see. The other schema table data. Mhm.
Can we get TSR 02?
Yeah, that's what I am trying to check some other tables as well. But there is a lot of tables, so we have to keep on browsing, set, expanding. Suppose like BKPF, there is no filter option also. Normally we will get the filter option. Open console. In the console, what we do? What is this table here? These many big tables are there. AC docker create as a virtual table under the system that you created. Okay. Then posting tables. So whatever the tables you required, just add those tables as a virtual table. So the table will be created under the schema. So now you don't need this remote connection anywhere now. So because you added all the tables as a virtual table here, then right click and you can see the data preview. The data will be displayed. Right click and go to data preview. The data of the, so this data where it is coming, where this table data, not in the internal system data. This table is coming from the your one of the S4 in other landscape. There is a one database is there. That database data you are taking into the here. You are smartly accessing from in this database, HDB database. That database is different. This database, that database data, you are smartly accessing those database table data. How means you created as a remote table, you created as a remote connection, then you added as a virtual table. Then anytime you can come and you can see the what is the sales of that data. That is the suppose like that is the live transactions database. This is the analytical database. I want to live transaction and also history also. Then in this case, I will ask my developer to create a one report using the history of the table, history of the records, and also history of the sales, and also the live transactions. Both will be in the one report. Then what the developer will do, developer will go to the content, they will go to the here. Then what they will do, they will create a, so the attribute view, something like that. So something like that. Then they will add the those tables into the here, they will add the those tables into the here, they will add it, they will do the some concatenations. So I want the training data as well as the, so as well as the, I want something like we created the some tables, right? So mcd, so I want this ac doc table as well, I want to merge this to be here. So I want to merge these two tables will be here. So then what they will do, they will drop the elements here. Which elements you want to do the concatenation. So like this, they will add it. So they will do some kind of things here, some reporting, they will perform it. So that, so they will create a one app, so that that will be easy, that live type app. So that whenever they need in the application side, whenever they click on the app, that app will pull the data from the two tables. One of the historical data, one is the live data. Live data means which is coming from the some other database via this remote source connections. So this way also we can, the people will do. Why? Because developers will create the wonders. If you have the is good like good thoughts, so then you can create the multiple things, he can create it, multiple applications from the different sources, the data he can create it, multiple things he can do that one. But the connection part and everything, we have to take care of that things. Why? Because what he will do with the regardless of the connection, as a basis consultant, we have to perform the this connection settings and everything here. So then how we created the data provisioning concept in the here, similar way he will also create the so connections. So here we can monitor the so connections, how the, what are the connections, what is that. So you can see the executions, connections, remote sources, what tables data it is coming here. We can monitor it here in the connection monitoring. We can see the how the connections are working from the tables. So like system parameters. So these and all the things we can see. So if the data is not coming proper way, then we can monitor it here, whether the all the connection status are good or so it's not coming, the reporting is not working, we can do. So it's not only just like just only HANA to HANA, you can also take the connection to the Sybase also. You have the data Sybase, Teradata, IQ, Oracle, some other databases also you have the data. Just you can just perform this one, then provide the source name. So data source name, user ID, password, then provide the source name. Just click on the OK button, the connection will be established there. This way we can do the configurations. This way we can do the configurations here, right? That is the one thing here. Okay,
Hello,
so
sir.
that is the so one thing here. Yes.
So Santosh here. You have mentioned the port number. This is where we can get that
The
port number,
target,
sir?
the source database details. Actually, source database 3 instance number. So we have the ports, right? Suppose like if you go to the HANA, where is the HANA? Yeah, if you go to the HANA, we go to the landscape, we have the port numbers, right? These port numbers actually.
Okay.
So these port numbers, we can get it out from there. So maybe that time, if you maintain a different port number, the series will change here. If you give the 00 instance number, it's a 00 instance number. But this is common, 3 instance number, this is the commonly you will get it out. So that depends. That's why while creating the connection, whatever the instance number you said, based upon the instance number, you will see this kind of things here.
Okay, sir.
So provisioning, and yeah, this is the one. And also suppose yeah, security, HANA security, that I will tell you. HANA security part, user IDs and passwords creation, that that we can take it separately. And apart from that, stop and start, we can manage it from the system DB. Here also we can manage the stop and start activities as well. So stop and start activities from here also, right click and then stop the systems, restart the systems and those things. Lifecycle management, backup, security, that is the same console. Now modular means same, whatever we have opened, the somebody is developer related things. SQL console to write the queries and everything. So suppose example, you want to create the one more tenant database. Okay, so when you want to create this one more tenant database means you can use the queries. You can use the SQL queries. Suppose as we know, HANA is a multi-tenant database, multi-tenant database. So which means multiple tenants we can create in the one database here. One multiple tenants we can create the one database here. In that case, what we can do, we can execute the queries here, right? So that query is like a create database system DB only. Create database name. Suppose like I want to create the Ravi data, so I want to create the HDD database. Create database name. So system user, then password, the password of the database. So just what is the password? Just you can maintain like 2 3, just okay, click on the create. So then what is the error here? Syntax error. JDBC create database name, user system password. This is the password. System
SID is different, sir.
database create create database name, and create database name. No, this database name, and spelling mistake. Database name. Just checking the spelling. System user password. The database name. Okay, correct. System. Okay. Then user, correct. Password. Let me. Okay, I think double quotation. Oh, that is the miss. Not the single quotation, double quotation. Yes, now query is executing. You can see the results in the progress bar. So now new database is getting created, right? So in the new database, you see the new database, you see the new database. So you will get the one more index server will be created here. So maybe if you open, so root user and 1 2 3. So then maybe HDB ADM, then HDB info, You see the one more index server is getting created, which means so new tenant database getting created here, right? That is the one thing. So meanwhile, suppose resetting the password, that we see how to reset the passwords, that one we know. So and also if you want to connect to the SQL server, so suppose example this is connecting. So studio level you are connecting here. Suppose if you want to do the connection to so HDB console here, operating system level, right? Then what you can do, HDB SQL -I instance number of the database, then -U username, suppose like system, right? Then -P the password. What is the password of the system user here? All right. Then -D, then system DB here. Then you will connecting to the system DB here. Means operating system level also we can use the commands to connect to the system DB. Suppose I want to connect to the tenant database also here, right? So then you no need to specify this one here. Just you can use the XX. This is a 00 instance number -U username -E password. Then you will able to connect to the tenant database. So which means either you can connect from HANA studio level, you can connect it. See, so you can connect it and you can do it here. See, system one more tenant database got created, that is called the HDD. Then you can add the HDD database here, right? So that is called the KPS4 HANA. Then instance number 00 multi-container. What is the new tenant database? HDD, then system, then the password. What is the password? Oh, wrongly mentioned. Right? You see, you added the one more database. HDD, right? That's way. So suppose if you want to stop the database, so then alter system stop database, alter system stop database here. Then so the database details HDD, right? Click on the execute button. The database is stopping now. See, the database is getting stopped now, which means the new tenant which is created, that will be stopped. Only tenant, I want to stop only specific tenant. You can stop the only specific tenant by using this command. So it is stopping. So it is stopped. See, alter system, tenant database stopped. So I want to drop the tenant database. Okay. So drop. So drop database, drop means deletion. Drop database name. So new database will be deleted. Simple commands. Okay. Okay, that is done. So drop the database is completed successfully. So through commands also, through commands only we can operate the creation of the new tenant databases. We can create it up to 18 tenants except default one, sorry, up to 19 tenants we can create a default one plus 1, 10T. Up to 20 databases we can create in the database level. Okay, that's what we can do it. So you can, if you creating, immediately drop it. Okay, otherwise there will be a memory issues, system will be stuck. So just if you are creating, just immediately drop it here, that will be good. Okay, so like that you can practice it. Then if you are connecting tomorrow holiday, right, holy, and